Day One Journey, episode 1223. Parkinson's Law. Well, I think everybody knows the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% that gives you the 80% of the result. And it essentially focuses on the important things. Might seem very obvious, but this is the 20-80 rule. But the Parkinson's law, this is his forgotten brother of this law. And together I think they are extremely powerful. So the 20-80, well, and I do that to remind myself of these things. It's about my productivity, it's about me being effective, being efficient, but mostly effective, working towards my dreams, my goals, my ambitions, in the short term, also in the long term. So the 20-80 rule, 20-80 law, actually says focus on the important things. Focus on the 20% that gives you the 80% of the results. But what is the Parkinson's law? Parkinson's law talks about the time. It says something along the lines of limit the time that you give for a certain task to push you to execute fast. Well, you know what? Let me read it a bit more accurate. Shorten work time to limit tasks to the important. Yes, working with deadlines, saying to myself, I'm going to do this in 2 hours. I'm going to do whatever I can with this in 2 hours. And then, I think I read about it, it's like, there's the tendency of, let's say I give myself, I have 3 days to do this task. Guess what? It will probably be 3 days. But if I say to myself, you have 3 hours and you're going to do it, it's probably going to take 3 hours. There's the tendency I have, and I think most people have the tendency to fill all of the time. Yes. And Parkinson's law works against it. Putting a deadline and then pushing for finishing the task within this deadline, and then the time limit. I think the time limit sort of forces me to focus on the important. Yes, the 20-80%, the 20-80 rule, I'm focusing on the important things. I'm trying to cut off everything else that doesn't give me the return on investment, or whatever you want to call it. But then when I limit the time, it forces me to focus on the important. And having the deadlines. And I think for me, being personal, it's not easy. I do wake up in the morning every day, 4:30 a.m. It's not that difficult to me as maybe as my friends might think. But setting actual deadlines for me, it's pretty challenging, because it seems quite arbitrary. 3 hours? Why not 4 hours? My logic mind has it hard to makes it hard to understand. Sorry, I was distracted. My logical mind finds sometimes hard to answer the question, why 3 hours? Why 4 hours? Making the arbitrary deadline. But sometimes it's very good to relax and just say, yeah, 3 hours. Why? Because I said 3 hours. And then just move forwards. Either way, have a good day. Day one. See you tomorrow.